Alright, welcome guys, and today we are talking about some different terminology which has to do with data collection, and that is mean, median, mode, and range. And we have been covering these a little bit. Let's review what these words mean because you're going to need to use them. So the word mean is another word for the average. And that means when I have a set of numbers, I have to do two things. First, I'm going to add all the numbers, and then I'm going to divide by how many numbers there are, and that will give me the mean or the average. The median is the middle number when I have all of the numbers lined up from least to greatest. It's the number that I find in the middle, like the median of the road is the middle of the road. The mode is the number in the data which occurs most often. And finally, the range of the data is when you take the greatest number and you subtract it from the lowest number. That will give you the range in the data. Alright, so let's do some examples. You should have on your desk a pencil, a piece of paper, and even a calculator if you so need it. So if you don't have those materials, pause my video and please go get those materials. Alright, welcome back everybody. So let's take a look at a data set here. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the numbers 15, 12, 15, and 10. Alright, there's my data. So the first thing I want to look for is the mean. So, remember, it's a two-step process. First, let's add all the numbers and then divide by how many numbers there are. Go ahead and pause the video and add those numbers for me. Alright, so when I added all of those numbers together, I got 52, but that's not my answer. I then have to take that answer and divide by how many numbers there are. And there's 4 numbers. So again, pause the video. If you haven't already, divide 52 by 4, and you get 13. So my mean is 13. Now let's talk about what is the median number. Now remember, the key with median is I have to put these numbers in order from least to greatest. So go ahead, pause the video, and write the numbers 15, 12, 15, and 10 in order from least to greatest. Do that now. Okay, so we should have written 10, 12, 15, and 15. So which is the number in the middle? Well, first and last number, but I have 2 numbers in the middle. So how am I going to find the median of that? Simple. Well, let's find the average of those 2. So with your calculator, go ahead and type in 12 plus 15. That should have given you 27. And divide it by 2. So I'm finding the average of those 2 numbers. Oh, my median number is 13.5. It's the number between the 2. So my median number is 13.5. Alright, so I'm going to use the same numbers. Let me rewrite them now that I'm on my other screen here. And let's find the mode. If you recall, the mode is the number which occurs most often. So 15, 12, 10, 15, which number repeats itself or you see most? I hope you answered 15. 15 is my mode because I see it twice in my data set. And then finally the range, remember, is my greatest number subtracted by my least number. My greatest number in the set of data is 15. Let's subtract that from my smallest, which is 10. So my range is going to be 5. There's a 5-point range in my data. Excellent. Okay, let's take a look at another example. Let's do 7, 10, 6, and 17. Alright, pause my video, and let's just look at the mean and the median of that set of data. Pause my video and figure those now. Alright, so hopefully when computing the mean, when you added them together, you got 40, but that's not my answer. You know the second step is to divide by how many numbers you added. So 40 divided by 4 is 10. That is my mean. My mean is 10. Now the number in the middle, I had to write them in order from least to greatest. And let's look for that number in the middle. Okay, well, just like my number before, I have two numbers in the middle. So let's find the average of those two. So 7 plus 10 is 17. Let's divide that by 2. My median number is 8.5. Alright, I think we're moving along nicely. So let me rewrite my numbers here. Excuse me. And let's find my last two problems. The mode and the range. If you recall, the mode is the number you see most often. And then the range is the difference between the greatest and the smallest number. Alright, well with the mode, 7, 10, 6, 17, there aren't any numbers that repeat. So, did you know it's possible to not have a mode? Like that's a thing? Like, there could be no mode? And that's the case in this instance. In the data, there's no number that repeats, so I do not have a mode. My range, however, I do have one because I have a highest number, 17. I have a lowest, which is 6. So, my range is 11. Alright, so it is time, ladies and gentlemen. On your piece of paper, give yourself some space here. We're going to look for these 4 pieces of information using these numbers. Oh, sorry. Let's do 9, 14, 15, 14. Go ahead and pause my video and look for the mean, the median, the mode, and the range. Did you pause it yet? You really should pause it. Please pause the video. Unless, of course, you're done. If you're done, I'm going to give you the answer. If you're not done, you should have paused it. Alright, here we go. So, when all was said and done, my mean turned out to be 13. My median was 14. My mode was also 14. And my range was 6. How was your data evaluation? Pretty good? I hope so. Great job, guys.